Grand Rising, beautiful beings. Feels like it's been ages since I've been in the garden and spoken to you. It's been a big month. Sorry, just listening to the bird. I love listening to the birds, listening to their songs, their sounds, and knowing when they're talking to each other and knowing when their alarm system goes off. That's kind of like I know when there's a goanna or a snake. I know their warning sign for a goanna. Poor old Gus, we call him Gus, the goanna. And that one, I don't know if you can hear it, almost sounds like it's purring. It's such a beautiful beautiful sound. So bird listening, it's what I love to do, especially when I'm out in nature. If I go into a forest and I don't hear a bird sound or an insect sound, there's no sound, I really feel uncomfortable. It feels like, oh, this is this is not an alive forest. So yeah, when you're in a forest and there's lots of sounds, that's when you know you're in nature and it's alive. So I hope you've all been well and got through the eclipse season pretty unscathed. It was an interesting journey for me, not so much that I was influenced this time round. I think because I had so much going on, it was just what's next, do that, what's next, do that, and stretch myself beyond my comfort zone, which I loved. Came back a different woman and then hit the ground running. And now, yesterday was like the first day I felt like I had nothing urgent on my plate to do. And with the sun out today after the few days of rain, thank you everybody for thinking of rain. Thank you everybody for praying for rain. We got rain. We could do with a little bit more, but at least we got some rain. And the garden, oh my God, you should see the garden. A lot of things have gone to seed, but I don't mind because the bees are loving it. I don't mind it looking a little bit overgrown and a little bit bushy and a little bit wild. We'll have to come and do some weeding and tidying up though. That'll be a to-do thing, probably tomorrow. So I hope you've all been well. It's been an interesting journey for me personally. And at the moment, it's been coming in for a few days now. It feels like there's this subtle shift in energy. It's like, I don't want to say displacement, but it's just like things have shifted. It's like, for me, it's like the soil's loosened. The soil's loosening, so it almost feels like soon, time enough, things will be uprooted. Things are shifting and changing, but not in a really abrupt way. It's just, yeah, I can just sense something's shifting. And something to do with, yeah, I think to do with our roots and moving. So it'll be interesting to see what that transpires into. I wanted to share with you a program I wrote many moons ago called A Spirited Life. And I wrote it to help me pull together all the things that had been going on for me, all the aha moments, the aware moments, the reality checks, all the things that I'd been learning and pulling them together into one thing, that it may help somebody else if they're going through a shift, a change, an awareness, or if there's people are sitting on the fence. Because we've got to take ownership now. We've got to have responsibility for ourselves and our lives now. And get out of this victim mentality and get into empowerment and really step into our fullness. Embody all of your spirit into your physical body now. Because we're not just physical human beings with a physical body that my left brain interfaces with so I can interface with this physical world. We're also intuitive beings. And we have a heart language, and we also have a gut language. How do you explain deja vu? How do you explain when you walk into a space and you feel at home? Feels peaceful, feels calm, feels safe. And you can walk into another space and just your hairs on the back of your neck stand up and you just say, oh, I don't know what happened in here, I'm out. Or you meet someone and they automatically feel like home, like safe, a connection, no alarm bells are ringing off, there's nothing. And there are other people that you meet and you're just like, okay, yep, not my people. And we were talking about this the other night, about judgment. We're not God, so I hate to say it, but we are going to judge. But it's not judging out of superiority. It's judging out of assessment if I'm safe. So we all do. We all assess all the time. And then we judge ourselves thinking we're judging another, but we are not God and we are going to judge. And it is important for us to assess what's right for us and what's not right for us. Not out of judgment of superiority or you're wrong, I'm right. Just out of pure assessment that it's not harmonious. So I get a bit passionate about that because it's like I'm owning that, yes, I will assess because of it's wise. It's a wise thing to do. Instead of just being naive and gullible and ignoring, denying or suppressing or talking yourself out of or around your alarm bells or your warning bells. So we're not just physical, we're emotional as well. And everything's mental. So I wanted to pull a program together, and it's called A Spirited Life, and it's on my website that you can download it. Originally it was broken into 3 parts: mind, matter, magic. Mind is all about empowering your beliefs. Matter is all about energizing the body, and magic is all about engineering beauty. It's got 3 chapters or 3 modules, and each module's got 3 chapters to do with mind, matter, magic, to show us how we are woven all together, because the world that we're lived in doesn't teach us this. We're very much taught into the left thinking brain. Then that becomes our predominant place of existing from, of interfacing with communicating through. And it's programmable, it's corruptible, it'll have you believing lies all your life. It'll be dictating to you, it'll be judging you, it'll be all those things that's now been programmed, conditioned through social, cultural, religious, educational, family dynamics, relationship dysfunctions. All goes into not just the left thinking brain, it all goes through us, but this left thinking brain now tends to be what the majority of humanity comes through, and it's just one aspect of us. And it's just that one aspect of us that helps us do this. The practical stuff, the picking up of my cup of tea, having a sip, knowing how to talk, walk, read, write, dress myself. I don't have to learn it every day. I learnt it once and then it became ingrained. So it's natural. Because that left thinking brain is programmable. It has to be. And because it's programmable, just like a computer, something can get in there and infect it. A virus. And I'm not talking about that kind of virus. I'm talking about a fear virus. A you're not worthy virus. I'm going to point the finger and be a victim. I'm going to play out my bad behavior and then excuse it. All sorts of things goes on through that left thinking brain. And we wouldn't be able to interface without it. So it's very much an important aspect of our life. So A Spirited Life was a program, or is a program, designed to get you reconnected to your body, your minds, your heart and soul. In my vision, we have a physical body, emotional body, a mental body, and we have a spiritual body. And we're also a soul. So our spirit, to me, is that pure source essence, that unique signature vibration. That's you. That's you. Underneath all the molding, the conditioning, at the core of it, your consciousness, that which actually does underpin you here now. That secret, quiet voice to yourself, that innocent part of you, that unique divine blueprint, that's you. That's your spirit. That's your higher self. It's pure. It's divine. It's not corrupt. It's not tainted. Then there is the soul, and that's part of our character. It's part of our spirit. It's the one that's here that's making that conscious connection between the physical and the spiritual, is your soul. So the soul's learning and evolving and maturing. And that data, that growth, that understanding, inner standing, that expansion, that wisdom, that knowledge gets stored with your spirit. Then that goes into the collective, the Akashic records. The soul is the conduit between the physical and the spiritual. So sometimes the soul is in pain because it's experiencing something from this physical dimension that is harmful. And then when we sit quietly enough, we will hear our inner higher self and the wisdom that it has to share. Our guides around us, our ancestors that are in our bones, that has the wisdom that came before us, will hear the answers. So a spirited life is going to help you get to there, because there's a lot of things that you need to do and undo to be able to. This program was years in the making while I embodied the lessons to live a spirited life. Writing and living this program assisted me to shift through the conditioning, patterning, trauma, dysfunction, and lack of self-mastery. This program is designed to get you connected to your spirit, your higher self, the overmind, your essence, and to the invisible energy that exists in all things, and that the transcendental experience of living a spirited life. This program will empower personal positive belief systems, stabilize emotional reactions, and encourage you to live an authentic life. So it's a big challenge when you think about it. And it depends on how good are you at your word and your promises to yourself. It's the desire to want that result, or the desire to walk to that which you are pulled towards. That's your discipline, that's your strength. And yet sometimes you will fall down, but what is the point of just blurting out words when you know you have got no intention of backing? That's incongruency right there. That's not owning who you are right there. That's people pleasing. That's just lying. You might think it's harmless, but it's not. It's not truth. That's saying and doing something that's in stark contradiction as to what you know is going inside. The best course of action would be to go, okay, I don't particularly want to desire that, but what do I actually want to desire for myself that betters me, that helps me, that calms me or soothes me? And you walk yourself towards that, instead of big things that you know actually is not, you're not there yet, or you may never want to get there yet. There is a fixed mindset, and there's a growth mindset, and I definitely have a growth mindset, which I am so grateful for. Oh my goodness. And that's what helped me write this, and this is what has helped me get to where I am, is having a growth mindset, knowing that this isn't all there is. And actually, you will never know how much there is. It's like the more you do learn and the more you do know, you realize you know nothing. It's all speculation, and it's all seen through the lens of being a human being, which is very limited and contracted and corrupted and perverted. The list goes on. So anyway, again, I digress. So in the first module, Nutcracker, we look at empowering beliefs and actions. We cover such topics as mind, beliefs, conditioning, physical habits, and understanding energy. And I will also have links to certain documentaries and reading suggestions as well. But I do encourage you to watch the videos. I really do. It's part of it. It's like, don't take my word for it. Don't just go on what I say. Go and watch these videos. Go and see what other people have got to say. Because we've been very much conditioned with the information that we take in. And a lot of people don't think to go and look for these things. People don't think that these videos or these documentaries or this information's out there, and it is. And it just might help you make sense of the way things are. In the second module, Getting Real, we look at and understand the difference between thoughts, habits, foods, why you eat what you eat, and the entire body energy system. With the third module, Fine Tuning, we look at what life is to you, what sets your soul alight with passion and creativity, where to find beauty in your everyday life, and how to go about engineering more magic. At the end of each module, there are journaling practices, study tasks and documentaries to watch, all designed to assist with integration. I'm available if you want to have a chat. Just have to message me and we can make something happen. I also do hands-on healing, sound journeys, and holistic consultations, I guess you could call it that. I've been a dedicated life practitioner and healer since 2007. That's when I was integrated or attuned to Reiki Master. I think I've always walked a different path. Well, we know that now, being autistic. And I'm just so grateful that my slant, my savant is spirituality. It's the unknown. It's the meaning of life. It's more, I guess, a passion for truth, absolute truth, and making a difference in the world. I guess they're the promises that I've made to myself, so to keep my word. So in the first module, the Nutcracker, Chapter 1 is Beliefs versus Truth, Reality Check. Chapter 2 is Matter, What do you eat and why? Chapter 3 is Magic is Space is not empty. There'll be journaling practices, reading material, viewing material. In Module 2, Getting Real, Chapter 4 is What do you think and why you might? The Matter is Doing and Being, Finding the Balance. And the Magic is Energy and Collective Consciousness. Module 3 in Fine Tuning is the mind. Is it your best friend or your worst enemy? Matter, the kit and caboodle, the whole body system. Magic, living in natural time, one way to create magic. And I actually used to do one-on-ones with this program and go through it and do healings to help integrate the information and any questions that would come up, because a lot of this information that's in here and a lot of the documentaries and suggested reading material is going to challenge your perspective on reality. It is going to challenge you looking at your belief systems and the life you're living. And this isn't going to resonate for everybody. Some people are actually just really happy with where they're at, and that's that. That's fine. But for me and my life journey, because of my story of trauma and abuse and undiagnosed autism, I had a lot of challenges. And tapping into and getting back into meditation and fine-tuning psychic skills and understanding and learning all these things really helped me understand this world the way it is, the why it is, so that I could be here in some way that was comfortable for me. So this is why I pulled this together. So it's for those that want to find more peace or more balance or more truth in your life, with your life, that you do actually want to make a difference with how you live your life and why you live your life and what you do with your life. It's for those that do want to walk a path that is more holistic rather than materialistic. So I do have an agreement, because this is part of stepping into this program, and we enter into this agreement with the acknowledgement and understanding that we are consenting adults and trusting into a program to initiate positive change and bring about conscious living. You agree to do that. You choose to do that. You take responsibility of not just making this something, oh yeah, I'm going to read. It's like, I might just actually apply this into my life and see if it makes a difference. It's made a hell of a difference for me. All modules and chapters, creativity, study requirements, etc. are for your self-development. Respect and keep sacred that which unfolds and heals. Because things will come up as we start to clear certain false beliefs and certain incidences or experiences or relationships. The more we hold on to the past, the more it actually blocks us from healing and moving forward. So as you start to loosen that grip and heal those aspects, things are going to come up to heal, to be reconciled, to be let go of, to be integrated. So it's not separate from, it's not denied, it's not avoided. You become whole with all of it. All of it's home. And you love home completely. The Spirited Life is an organic, interactive, co-creative program. It's all up to you. Please acknowledge that some elements during this program may challenge your belief systems, and you may experience resistance and or strong emotional reactions. During the program and any time after, you agree to nurture and take care of yourself. For what you put in will equate to what you get out. So this is taking responsibility that you are choosing to challenge yourself. You are choosing to change. Then how you nurture yourself through those changes, because they can be challenging. Healing's not harmful. Healing is beautiful. It's loving. It's nurturing. It's caring. It's us having trouble letting go of that which we've been hanging on to for so long is the difficult aspect to healing. This is not a substitute for any form of medically prescribed or other specified services. At all times, I agree to provide you with authentic, heartfelt guidance and truth as I know it and see it. And that may be in a completely different language, and it may be in a different completely way to what you expect or want to hear or be treated. I can only speak you my truth, my way, without twisting myself inside out and upside down and feeling really inauthentic and feel like I'm just pleasing or enabling something in you. So at all times I agree to provide you authentic, heartfelt guidance and truth as I know it and see it. While you agree to meet each module and chapter with an open mind and an open heart, take full responsibility for your choices and decisions during this program, and express with honesty and clarity any questions or issues that arise for you. This is a program designed for conscious living and initiating positive change. The outcomes that may come about from participating in the program are based on your own decisions and actions. I cannot make any guarantees for your willingness and determination for conscious living and initiating that positive change. I can't. It's just not doable. I'm just going to move out of the sun. Oh, I think I made that worse. All sessions, information sheets, handouts are of my own creation and are subject to copyright and other intellectual property rights. I request respect and honesty when dealing with the material during and after the program, and please seek permission and remember to acknowledge the creators if sharing is permitted. If at any time you need assistance, please contact me and book an appointment in. So this is a spirited life. And one of the first questions that I wanted to understand was, okay, spirit. We all talk about spirit. What does spirit mean? And I shared before my interpretation of what spirit is now. And when I wrote this, and looking, going through the internet and finding the origins of words, spirit, definition, the principle of conscious life, the vital principle in humans, emanating the body or mediating between body and soul. I was right. That is our higher consciousness over soul or higher self, which is different to our soul. The soul is here to learn, grow and evolve with the guidance and support of our spirit through the physical realm. The word originated in Middle English and Latin between 1200 and 1250. Middle English, it's a noun. A breathing, this is the origins of the word, a breathing equivalent to spiri, combining form representing spiri, to breathe, and tus, the suffix of the verb action. So breathing in action is spirit in the old meaning. Now then I wanted to know, okay, well, what does mind mean? Seeing it seems to dictate such a huge part of our experience. Definition, the human consciousness that originates in the brain and is manifested especially in thought, perception, emotion, will, memory, and imagination. That's mind. The human consciousness that originates in the brain. But remember, our spirit doesn't originate in the brain. The human consciousness that originates in the brain is what helps us interface with this physical experience. The collective conscious and unconscious processes in a sentient organism that direct and influence mental and physical behavior. So this is the mind. The collective conscious and unconscious processes in a sentient organism that direct and influence mental and physical behavior. That's the mind. So matter, the meaning of matter. The substance or substances of which any physical object consists or is composed. Physical or corporeal substance in general, whether solid, liquid or gaseous, especially as distinguished from incorporeal substance as spirit or mind, or from qualities, actions and the like. So we are, when you think about our bodies, we are made up of solid stuff, liquid stuff and gaseous stuff. Something that occupies space or a particular kind of substance, like our physical bodies. Magic. I have my very own personal definitions of magic. And that's where spirit is. That's where the interface is. That's where we get to actualize our full potential, is with magic. Definition. The word origin and history of magic is from the late 14th century. It is also known as the art of influencing events and producing marvels using hidden natural forces. It comes from the Old French word magique. It also means one of the members of the learned and priestly class. Also from Old Persia, magouche, possibly from pi, mag, meaning to be able to have power. It is. We have not actualized our full potential or power. So that's the introduction. And each page it comes with beautiful image. And this one is to live in alignment with your spirit, is to live your truth and build your life upon it. It's kind of like my motto. I have it hanging up in my kitchen. To live in alignment with your spirit is to live your truth and build your life upon it. That's the spirited life, pretty much in a nutshell. Teachers open the door you enter by yourself. So this is a doorway. The spirited life is a doorway. The door is open. It's up to you to step through the threshold, over the threshold, and into something that which just may be able to help you find peace, health, and harmony. To keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we shall not able to keep our minds strong and clear. It is this physical body of yours, not anybody else's, there's nobody else in here, but this physical body of yours, it's really important that you look after it. You understand what you're putting into it. You understand how you're harming it or how you're helping it. Are you healing it, or are you just compounding situations because your mindset is still a child and you only want to eat what you like the taste of instead of making sure you're putting nutrients into your body? We've really got to mature into how we are treating our physical bodies. And that's part of the program. So magic is also believing in yourself. If you can do that, you can make anything happen. When you believe in yourself, you can make anything happen. Sorry, there's a fly buzzing around. I guess they're out and about now because the rain has stopped, the sun is out. Trying to look for food is for themselves, I guess, isn't it? So over the next few, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I thought I would just begin speaking into the program and sharing it with you through the lives, through recording, through talking to you about them. And like I said, it's up to you whether you want to participate or not. I know from personal experience, these are the things I've read, these are the things I've watched, these are the things I've done. And those that know me know my story, those that know me know what I've been through. And to be living a happy, healthy life, which was my promise, there is something in this. And at the end of the day, you can read anything, you can learn anything. But if you don't apply it in your life, if you don't do something with it in the mundane, in the boringness of life, what's the point of learning it? Just so you can sprout it out of your mouth? We're at a point now in humanity, the collective consciousness, all of us, where we've got to start applying these changes, not just thinking about them, learning about them, reading about them. We've got to actually start walking them every day in your life, that which you've learnt. And when challenges arise, that's actually when you get to apply your teachings. That's when you get to apply, now I get what that means. Because you're actually putting that into practice, because you're realizing you're triggered. You're taking ownership of your emotions, your thoughts, your life, your choices, actions and deeds. You're taking full responsibility of how you're making yourself feel. And you're noticing how you feel when you're around other people. Because even though we do like to say, you made me feel this way, you did this to me. It's like, yes, we can do things to other people, but actually how we feel, that's on us. And then the thoughts we think, that's on us. How we then act, that's on us. So there is definitely a time where we start taking full responsibility for our words, actions and deeds, and bring them into alignment, bring them into harmony, bring it into balance. So the more that we are balanced, the more that we are harmonious, well, that is going to have an effect on the collective. That is going to have an effect on the environment around us, because we're not separate from. We are very much a part of, and we've forgotten that. And hence a spirited life helps you find all those truths so you can live a spirited life. So I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm so happy the sun is out. I can't wait to get into the garden. It's so overgrown, or not overgrown, but kind of like going to seed, and this needs weeding, so everything in there is massive. The pineapple sage, I need to trim that. The white sage has stopped flowering, and the perennial basil, I don't know if you can see, it's gotten massive. Everything's growing. The chamomile's flowering. The zucchini's starting to grow and sprout. The beetroot's getting bigger. The lettuce has gone to seed, and that's okay, because if it flowers, then the bees. It's so nice hearing the bees in the garden. The basil's gone to seed. The coriander's gone to seed. The tomatoes in the far corner over there, it's going off. So look, it's just, I love it. I love it, love it. So have a beautiful day, everybody. It is Tuesday today in man's calendar's working week. There's a slight breeze that's just picked up, and it's a northeasterly, I think. So have a beautiful day, and I will begin sharing chapter 1 in a few days' time. So I don't know, in the meantime, if you want to check it out on my website and start reading, start seeing what it's all about, and I will see you soon. Aho, amen, so mote it be.